All right, Gemini, here we go. Gemini for February 2024. It's a general reading. It may or may not resonate with you, but if the title brought you in here, you found Steve's Love Tarot, you're here for a reason. Doesn't really matter what your sign is. To be honest, I'm just splitting the soulmate cycle into 12 pieces. You can put the signs to it if you want, but hey, it is what it is. I'm not your astrologer. Straight up energy reading like always. This reading is timeless. You're all moving at different speeds on your timeline. I asked the universe to give me the soulmate cycle from the angle of Gemini for February 2024. Here's the surface energy. Yep, we got somebody making some changes here. Something destined here. It's a star crossed by the Queen of Cups. Somebody here is acting out of love for a change. They're walking away from something very toxic. And I think February marks a real turning point here. All right? Something long-term toxic. A marriage, a relationship, a family dynamic. I think for some of you in the Gemini angle, it's almost cultural in a way for them. Might be walking away from their religion. I don't know. But it's huge with the Hierophant here. And there's the Wheel of Fortune. The time is now. If somebody knows that, things are finalizing here with this for sure. All right. Again, we've had this in the works for a while. We've had somebody who's realized some things, wants to make some changes. Lots of people want to do things, but this is showing some major movement here. Okay, those are powerful cards. Let's do it. Let's do a reading. Let's see. Let's see what's going on. If you're part of this angle, whether you're a Gemini or not, but we'll just say because it's Gemini reading. If you're part of this angle in the cycle, this Gemini angle, you have, I say sometimes these are new soul, it could be a new soulmate or it could be a long lost runner. You have some of the most powerful, deep connections attached to you. Okay? You really do. These are powerful connections. So even if it's somebody new, it's still, this is your lifetime apparently to experience some really deep connection. People you have, energies that you have soul ties to that go way back. Way back. Like caveman time back, you know, if you catch my drift. All right. This first card out before the cut. So why the fuck are we here? But for a lot of you, this is who you've been watching tarot readings on. It's the same energy I've been pulling on for a while. It's the Fool. Somebody making... and there's nothing off this card except freedom. It's liberation. It's freedom. That's what I get off this card. Somebody feels free. A breath of fresh air. Free from toxin. Free from energies around them that have held them captive. They felt like a prisoner in their own life. Freedom. Freedom. Right? Freedom. Right there. Yep. Freedom. Somebody's starting a whole new life. 10 of Pentacles. Freedom from whatever their life was. Okay? It was stifling. It was, for a lot of you in this Gemini angle, I really get a cultural thing. It doesn't have to be. It can just be a marriage that's very controlling or toxic or something like that. But for some of you, this is much bigger than that. And a lot of stuff like that, if you think about it, can be a little stifling. Can be if it's not your soul's true purpose, right? I mean, imagine yourself in a culture that doesn't fit with you, with your soul, right? A lot of you watching are free spirits. Well, there's a lot of cultures that ain't going to work with, right? It's not going to play out very well. This is that kind of thing. There's a liberation here from whatever their life was, okay? So, and somebody coming after something new. Let's shuffle the deck. Let's go. Sometimes, you know, this energy experienced you. They experienced this connection. And it showed them something. It showed them the other side. Right? We see that a lot with societal energies. It's one, you know, there's a lot of people in other countries wondering why the United States would even consider electing someone who says they're going to be a dictator, right? And but authoritarian and all that kind of stuff. Why would that happen? It's because 80% of the country doesn't have a passport. Nobody ever goes anywhere in this country. They travel within the country. They've never left the country. They've never experienced other cultures, and they don't study history. They don't know how good they've got it. That's why. And that's the only reason why. That's the only reason. That's why it happens everywhere it's ever happened. Okay? I mean, straight up. So, at the end of the day, this person here got to see something. They got to experience something which made them really see, in contrast, what they had either in their marriage, their relationship, or their cultural existence, or whatever it is. they're making some big changes, and you played a big role in that, or at least the connection's energy did. Because remember, the connection is a ball of energy, just for your mind's eye, in the middle, and you each plug into it, right? So your connection is its own energy. It has its own power source and runs and fuels each of you. It influences each of you whether you come into contact or not. It's always part of the energy that's flowing through you, all of your soul connections. So it's always very important. It's when you have soul recognition that you get to best utilize it here in the 3D and learn from it and grow from it. Right. So anyway, that's what's that. Let's go. Let's do it. So that's very cool. That's why there's liberation around that, or freedom around that Fool card. Right here. Overall energy of the reading is 5 cups. Yeah. Underneath that is the 7 of swords. There's a lot of shame here. Oftentimes that's how it ends. I talk about that a lot, right? I talk about World War II energy that's around us right now. I tell everybody, don't worry about it. It'll dissipate out by around the end of 2027, early 2028. But the sad part is it ends in shame, like it always does. It's an energetic storm that comes around every 80 or 90 years. It's on us right now. It was here for World War II, the Civil War, the Revolutionary War, blah, blah, blah. It always ends in shame on one side. And this person here feels a lot of shame for getting their life wrong, or for allowing themselves to be controlled, or whatever it was. Whatever it was. Let's flip it. Right here's the energy around your connection. Right here's how this person's behaving in the 3D. Right here's their soul. This is the hidden energy, the message from the universe. Red with the energy of your connection. And right here's the potential final outcome. I say potential because I cannot predict free will. Nobody can. I will clarify everything. Throw some universe cards at the end. Let's go. Energy around your connection. Hangman. Yeah. Somebody here has a very, very, very new perspective on this connection. There's a lot of appreciation attached to this. There's gratitude attached to this card. Okay? That's all I'll say. The Hangman has a lot of meanings. It's a very mysterious card. It has a lot of depth to it. I'm just pulling down from underneath. There's a lot of gratitude attached to that. How are they behaving in the 3D? New adventures. They're off on new adventures. They are. Page of Wands, absolutely. They're taking some chances here, taking some risks, going on a hike to find frogs, whatever it is. It was your connection that showed it to them, gave them this perspective that it's time to move on, time to go. And then oftentimes, if we stayed in something that was toxic or held us back or was against our soul's true purpose, we do feel a little bit of shame. You know, we kind of this. They're seeing how they deceived themselves. And this connection helped them see that, right? Soul connect. Their soul is here. It bookends. It's red with your soul connection. 6 of Swords. Yep. They're coming your way. Somebody here gets it. There's that perspective, that gratitude energy, that you gave them juxtaposition. You gave them contrast. This proves it. You know, it's what I just talked about. You know, why would America elect a dictator? Why? We're the free country. We're the democracy. We're the leader of the free world is what we call the president, right? Because 80% of the country doesn't have a passport. They've never been anywhere. They've never seen other cultures, and they don't study history. They don't get any juxtaposition. They don't get any contrast. You gave this energy the contrast they needed to see that they were in a dictatorship, in a way. You know, you really did. And somebody here, their soul feels calm. There's a placid energy here. It's nice. They're excited in the 3D. Okay? Excited. It's wonderful. Oh. What's the message from the universe here? It's red with the Hangman. And hey, I don't care who you vote for. It's fine. Knock yourself out. I bring it in because it's an example. The soulmate cycle is a direct reflection of societal energies. And it's the answer to the question, right? It's if you don't know, then you don't know. You don't know what you don't know, right? You got to go out and experience the world, experience other cultures. You don't have to travel. You could do it through reading about history, right? Not enough people know about World War II history to even spot the similarities that are happening, right, on the news and stuff. The news is starting to point it out, but, you know, hey, some people want that. It's fine. Knock yourself out. King of Wands. I mean, hey, if you want a dictatorship, that's fine. I don't think you're going to like it. King of Wands. Are your papers in order? King of Wands. That's what the military on your street will be asking you. Are your papers in order? You want that? First time that happens, they're going to go, oh shit, we fucked up. King of Wands right there. Somebody here this is always, when the King of Wands comes up in your readings, this is always that energy that controlled your person. This is always that energy that controlled your person when the King of Wands comes up in your reading. And there it is. The universe is pointing out. They got juxtaposition. They got to see your connection and feel it and see how you lived, see how you were, see how feel how the connection made them feel. And it gave them the contrast, the juxtaposition that they needed to see the King of Wands that was controlling them for what it is, that they were being controlled. Hence, the deception and the shame. Right? Right there, attached to it. Why would I ever allow this to happen? How did we allow this to happen? Right? That's always what happens at the end of a dictatorship. How did we allow this person in? How did we allow this to happen? Well, you didn't have any juxtaposition. You didn't have any contrast. Nothing to compare it to. You don't know what you don't know. They don't know. They didn't know. Now they know. Right? Potential final outcome. Bam. Freedom. There it is. Right there. Came back. After a shuffle, came back, the card before the cut. Freedom, liberation. No freedom with the King of Wands. No freedom at all. This reading reminds me of what I pull offline in my societal pulls offline. It's very similar. This person is liberating themselves from a fucking dictator. Whatever that dictator is. It could be a culture, it could be a person, it could be a marriage, it could be a family, it could be a dog. Who cares? Whatever it is. Your connection gave them the contrast, the juxtaposition to be able to see, oh, wow, I fucked up here. Time to go on. Liberation. Somebody's taking a leap of faith. Now, are they coming towards you to communicate? Maybe. I can't predict what a 3D person is going to do. I can't predict free will. Maybe they're just going toward what your connection showed them. That should be good enough for you. Okay? You helped another person here. This person, nobody. With the oppressive energy I get around this King of Wands in your readings when this comes up, you should be thrilled that this card is here, this card is here, this card is here, and even this card is here. I will say the Five of Cups is one of the cards that ends the separation phase of the soulmate cycle. So it's a good chance you hear from them. That is communication in that context. But it's somebody. All I get off the Fool is liberation, freedom. Right? They feel the breath of fresh air again. It's like they came out from oppression and can finally take a deep breath of some clean air. Right? And he in clean air too. All right? There you go. Let's clarify. Let's talk to the light seers. Let's do it. Hangman, why is it here? These are important things. These are important things to understand. Contrast. Apply what I said to your own life. I'm not talking about politics. I'm talking about whatever. Right? Make sure you've got good juxtaposition. You've got contrast before you make decisions. Otherwise, you're making uninformed decisions. And that's where you make a lot of mistakes. Granted, you'll learn a lot from your mistakes, but you could try to mitigate them. All right, Hangman. This is nice to see. I like this. Tell me about the Hangman here. Oh yeah. Verifying everything I already said. It's crossed by the world. The most powerful card I could pull. It's a whole new cycle for this person. Whole new way of looking at the world. I'll phrase it that way. How about that? Okay? Getting to see what your connection showed them. Your connection gave this person the contrast that they needed. Okay? To be able to spot this. To be able to say, no, I don't want that. Okay? What's on top? The moon. Yeah. They realize how much, this is my Queen of Cups underwater. Sometimes the moon is fear, things coming out of the shadows. In this context, this is about this is about what they realize, right? What the contrast gave them. They realize how much love they have to give and how it was really suppressed, oppressed, pushed back by this. Why is the moon here? Two of Cups. Yeah. Now that they figured that out, we got two soulmates coming together. We got somebody who gets it. Okay? It's a balanced energy. This is just telling me why this is here. Just backing up my read. Okay? They have a lot of love to give, this energy, but it was really, well, this can be very oppressive energy. I feel they're very much controlled. Every time this comes up in your readings, and it always shows up in your readings, the King of Wands, almost every time. And it's a very oppressive energy when I get it. We'll get to it. But first, let's pull on the Page of Wands here. So how are they behaving in the 3D? Somebody here is excited. Excited for the future. Excited for new adventures. Excited, excited, excited. They can breathe. I like this. Feel like I should put a hallelujah in here. Tell me about the Page of Wands. It's crossed by the Six of Swords. This is the Six of Swords. This energy flows from here to here. I don't have to say anything. I mean, it's just, this is placid. This is calm. This person is excited. I said they were excited off of this card. They're excited about the future. That would be too. Look at that person. Don't they look happy? It's nice. There's fresh air up there. I tell you. What's on top? Tower. Wow. Changing their life completely. Tearing down the old structure. Bye-bye, King of Wands. Starting over. Why's the Tower here? Starting over. What did I say? This card just verifies my read here. That's all it's for. It's the clarifier of the clarifier. The verifier of the clarifier, if you will. 10 Pentacles. Proper 10 Pentacles. Somebody's tearing down their life and starting over. Page of Wands. New adventures. And they're fucking excited. Alright? It takes a while. It might take a little time. This is the third slowest energy in the tarot. There's no motor on the back of that boat. Nobody water skiing there. Right? It's nice. Now let's pull on it. Six of Swords. It's a beautiful, calm, peaceful energy. When our soul is peaceful, our mind is peaceful. And I get it. The soul is peaceful and the mind is peaceful. The same card crossing here. Right? When the soul is peaceful, we make good decisions. We see things. Your connection opened this person's eyes to whatever this oppressive energy is for them. Whatever it is. You gave them the contrast they needed. Right? Alright, here we go. I wish I had a time machine. There's a lot of people I'd like to take back in time. Show them some things that have happened. People don't study history enough. That's the problem. They're just uneducated. You got to study history. Especially even if you like astrology. He's like, I'm just into astrology. Astrology is all about history. It's about what happened the last time this alignment happened, or what happened the last time that alignment happened. You look at something like Pluto and Aquarius, it happened 240 some odd years ago. You got to study history. And you got to be able to relate it to the present. Especially if you fancy yourself an energy reader. I don't fancy myself one. I just ended up as one. I'd trade in a moment. It's not easy to go through life with deep empathy. It's tough in today's world because this empathy is severely lacking. I'll tell you, that's an energy that's missing from the collective on a high level. Why is the Six of Swords here? Page of Pentacles. They're in learning mode. They're absorbing information. They absorbed information from your connection. Children often learn through absorbing. They're like sponges. People don't realize. Kids hear everything. They take in more than just what the teacher's telling them. They take in a lot. They're like butt dial people watchers. In other words, they don't really even know they're doing it. They're just absorbing the information. That's what happened here. They absorbed a lot of energy from this connection. What's on top? Ace of Cups. Wow. This person has a lot of love to give. I did say that. A lot of it's been repressed and stored up. There's a lot of energy here. It's almost become toxic, but not quite. It's ready. That would be a delicious bowl of Jell-O. I'll tell you. Why is the Ace of Cups here? Yeah, the Wheel of Fortune. It's about to be released. Right? It's about to be released. February is a big, big month for this energy, whoever this energy belongs to. Wow. Okay. Freedom. Freedom. Fresh air. Dictator. Bad. Right? Very bad. Dictator. No. Very bad. They know that. They know that. They're well aware of it. Now, thanks to the contrast they got. King of Wands. King of Wands. Why is it here? Why? What did I say? Freedom. Liberation. Why? It's crossing this. It's crossed by the 9 of Pentacles. Freedom. It's here. It's red with this because this, they got some contrast. And now they see this for what it is. There's an energy around it of them liberating themselves. But also, with the 9 of Pentacles here, and this being an oppressive energy reflecting off of this, it limits freedom. What did I tell you all the time? I've been hinting at it all the time since I've been here. And people are like, I don't get what he's saying. I don't get it. People that like power, that want power, right, don't want you to be free because your freedom limits their fucking power. This is that kind of energy around this person. So this is a power limiting, oppressive energy, right? This person controls the freedom. Whoever this is. Now, this can be a job to them. Could be a boss. Something that they shouldn't have signed a contract for. Could be a family. Could be a cultural thing. It could be a marriage. It could be whatever. It could be just how they were raised and how they've lived their life. It can be that too. What's on top? King of Wands. See? This is red with the moon. What kept the love underneath? Rewind. Look, I'm spot on. I'm being very careful with this energy because it's a very important reading. If it's not for you and you're sitting out there, I'm just going to thumbs down this. Fine. Get the fuck lost. This is a very important reading for somebody. King of Wands came back again on top of King of Wands. This person here realized, they saw, they got a lot of love to give, but it's pushed back. They don't get the chance to give it. This person right here, this oppressive energy is what kept it held back. Why is the King of Wands here? The 5 of Swords. It's a false victory energy. It's someone who makes you believe you're free, but you're not free. Okay? False victory energy. They make you believe. The King of Wands, and I've said this about this card before, and I will take some credit for this energy coming off of the card, right? But I will tell you, this is a very common energy off of this card that it reflects. The King of Wands will make you believe anything is possible. They will twist the truth. They will lie. They will do whatever they need to do to make you believe it's possible. Okay? At the end of the day here, that's this person in their life. This King of Wands makes you believe you're free, but you're not really free. They're actually controlling everything. All right? Sort of like people that stay in very controlling families and things like that. Right? They have a family trust, for example, and everybody contributes a percentage of their income to the family trust. And you think that buys you a lot of freedom. Oh, we have a lot of money. It's family trusts like that are done for control, right? Yeah, you can buy a house with it. It's got a big old family trust. You can buy a house. That's great. Yeah, you can, but you bought the house with family trust money, so guess what? Right? It belongs to the trust. You don't, again, it's all about, you feel like you're free and you're living a free life, but you're not. This is the type of energy that does that. That's just an example. I'm not saying that's this person. All right? Now, let's get back to this person. Final outcome is they liberate themselves. I get a hint of danger here. Why? Well, you can see it in the picture. Right? Take it easy there, bro. I know it's fucking nice fresh air, but that is a fucking cliff. Right? There's an element of danger here for a few of you with this person. In other words, if they're breaking away from a cultural thing, sometimes they come after you. Right? They might be bringing some of that with them. For a few of you. For the rest of you, this is someone here who's throwing caution to the wind. They are. They're putting their faith in their feelings. In something that's been pushed back for a long time by this energy. All right? All right. Why's the Fool here? Tell me about the Fool. Okay. Make it good, universe. Well, I said it. I said it already. Why am I your second favorite? I don't know. They're throwing caution to the wind here a little bit. It's crossed by the Knight of Wands. It's, in a way, they're behaving emotionally immature. Okay? But I understand why. Sometimes you have to. It's that old line from Tom Cruise and Risky Business. Sometimes you just got to say what the fuck. And that's kind of what this is saying. Sometimes you just got to say what the fuck. Okay? It's nice. I like it. What's on top? 9 of Swords. Enough. Dropping a tower on 9 swords. 9s are the end in tarot. Somebody's not worried about this with the Knight of Wands crossing. They're not worried that they might fall off that cliff. Don't care. Right here, what's the tower falling on? What are they changing? This, a life of that. A life of oppression. In some way, on varying levels. The energy of oppression is a frequency of energy. It's actually several. But we'll just say, for example purposes, since you're not all energy readers and kind of freak like me that's had to study all this and try to figure all this out since age 4. Let's just say it's one frequency of energy, oppression. It plays out, just like I always tell you, 1,000 different ways in 1,000 different situations. The energy of oppression can just is around when you're in detention in school. Right? You get a detention because you did something wrong. You got to stay after school a couple hours. There's an energy of oppression. But it's the same frequency that's around this King of Wands type or a dictator and things like that. It's no different. The context is different. The environmental energy is different. But it's the same core frequency. All right? That said, why is the 9 of Swords here? Death, transformation, done, finished. Done with the old life, in with the new. One door closes, another door opens. Done with this. Done. Putting this down, not worried about falling off the cliff. Putting an end, dropping a tower on this oppression energy that's here. Death. It is huge. It is an energy that feels bigger than them. Okay? It's a powerful reading. I said it's an important reading. Could be future influence for some of you. Alright? Could be. Tell you what. If this is you that I'm pulling on, which it is for about 3 people watching, I would guess, make your own decisions. But I can tell you the universe has your back here with that one card. Alright? Nobody should have to live a life of oppression. Alright? Nobody should. Part of me, a very small part of me, very small, almost wishes in societal energies that the dictator does win in 2024. Because I think I live in a country that needs to learn a lesson. And I don't think it'll learn a lesson unless something happens. Unless a tower falls on its head. Because ultimately what will happen in societal energies is, even if this side doesn't win, even if the dictator side doesn't win, if there's no lesson learned, we'd just elect one in 2028 or 2032. The timeline reads that way. So it's almost better if they do. And we just rip the Band-Aid off and get the tower out of the way. But hey, this person here, God bless them for ripping the tower, for dropping the tower on this energy. For sure. I'm telling you. Let's go. 3 cards from the bottom and a crossing card. 3 cards from the bottom and a crossing card here. What do we get? Nine of Cups. 3 of Pentacles. The Empress. And the 9 of Wands crossing the 3 of Pentacles. There was a wall blocking you guys. Blocking this person. There was a wall. That wall is getting thin. 9s are the end in tarot. You can see the sun through it. It's cracking through. There was a wall stopping any kind of partnership here. Stopping someone from being happy. Emotionally fulfilled. Coming up for air. It's you tore down that wall. It's this energy. 417 hertz. Empress energy. Sacral chakra. However you say it. It's right there. You are definitely, or your connection is the eye on the prize here. Okay? It's a pretty powerful reading. I hope it was helpful. All right? I do. This is horrifying energy. Okay? Even on a small level, it's horrifying. It really is. It's false. This person had false freedom before. Now, there's a lot of liberation here. I'll tell you what. That's your reading. I hope it was helpful. I hope you like this reading. If you do like this reading, please like, share, and follow. All right? That's it. That's all I can say. Wow. For some of you, this is future influence, but there's something about the month of February that the energy is some kind of catalyst. It kind of speeds things up a little bit. I've got some fast energies here, like the Tower and the Knight of Wands. Okay? So, that's your reading. And I do have some slower energies, too, more peaceful kinds of things. But anyway, that's your reading. I hope it was helpful. All right? Good luck.